Good evening. I hope all had a fantastic day. Um, Very historic day where former president, gets 34 counts. Woo! You know, what I will say is the important thing here is to understand that no one is above the law. And when you break the law, even if other people break the law, you shouldn't deal with you shouldn't be sloppy with it. You understand? Like, if you do anything under the table, anything dirty, that should never come up, in front of people. Um, Especially people that hold you accountable for not doing these things. It was one thing for this to happen, okay? And then it's another thing when he was charged for every count, instead of presenting himself as the leader that he would be, which I guess he just showing you who he will be. Instead of just, carrying yourself with a little dignity, a little respect, it goes a long way. You had to praise Hitler, Hamas, and Putin. You had to threaten the judge's daughter. Many people don't think that Judge Merchan was being unbiased. I think that he was being unbiased because he could have very well made former President Donald Trump serve time, for violating every gag order. He did not do that. The judgment was based upon the jurors, from the evidence that was provided. And so, just to sum everything up, just know, always carry yourself with some type of decency, some type of, respect in any type of leadership position. I mean, it goes a long way. Sometimes just the way you carry yourself will, help people take you serious. Not help, you don't, they'll actually take you serious and really believe you when you say people are, showed up at your house to, you know, t- what he say? The FBI and President Joe Biden tried to kill him or some stuff like that. People, can't take you serious when you go to acting, crazy like that. No, they won't do that. And after several warnings of just, chill out, just go to court and, do what you got to do, he just was everywhere. So, which made him look even more guilty, you know? Um, but I am, you have to be accountable for your wrongdoing at the end of the day. It's crazy how many would love to say, he didn't do anything wrong, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. But if it was President Joe Biden, on the flip side, then it would be, oh, he needs to be in jail right now. All this stuff, it's just crazy. I really don't have any words. I started not to even come on here, but just know all that's been, guilty of something and it's evidence to prove it will, they will have to, excuse me. All that's guilty of doing stuff, whether it be misappropriating funds or, falsifying documents, all, the truth is going to be revealed in everything. It doesn't matter who it is at the end of the day. That's why I always encourage all to be true and stay true to what you do. There are a lot of people that are highly concerned, that was in support of former President Donald Trump just because of some of his policies. However, the way that he came out in October, really, that's what he really hurt himself. And now people are serious about the law of the land. They're serious about the Constitution, and they're not finna, they're not going to get in trouble. Like you have some crazy people out there that may be willing to like blow themselves up, like uh, like some people in, what can I say? Some people, some like Taliban members and stuff like that. Some, I don't want to say a certain group because then people, go to doing so much stuff. But we know about how there were, during the 911, how people were blowing themselves up and things like that and hurting other people just because they wanted to be, they're submissive to one person, or submissive to some type of entity like a cult or whatever. And so at the end of the day, there are people out here like that at the end of the day, but they will also be held accountable as well. Whatever, tries to form up, whatever regime, we leave it to, number one, we pray, we pray to God, and then we leave it to the ones that's in control. I'm talking about the pure God, the holy God that created the heaven and the earth, pure God and truth. I'm talking about him. At the end of the day, we pray to him, and then, and ask him to touch the leaders over us so that they won't hopefully, be a reversed former President Donald Trump. What am I talking about? We're hoping that you just don't, okay, you don't like Trump. That's your opponent you're running against, but we hope that you actually do something for the people to protect them in every state, and all, in regards to whatever should happen. Just because there are people like the January the 6th rioters that feel like they are justified to just stampede on people and kill people just because they don't get what they want. So what do you have in place for the people since you know that exists? You wouldn't be any better than former President Donald Trump with just wanting something and then, looking away. Like if he just wanted votes to get into office, to just care about one group, or just focused on being a dictator at the end of the day, where no one has any rights. But no one seems to believe that, because whoever's for him, they feel like, oh, we're going to be taken care of anyway, so we don't care. We would Trump. But then when he goes and if he oppresses them and suppresses them in some type of way, what are they going to do? Would there be a law? Would there be a constitution? If so, do you think he would abide by it? Do you think he would care? What would the world look like? So it's bigger than just, that, where people think they're just doing him wrong. I'm pretty sure there are politicians that got away with things such as he was charged for. But the thing is, we don't have that evidence. When you don't have that evidence, you don't have anything, because you could speculate all day. And true enough, he's been calling some things out. He very well has been calling some things out. But the truth is, and I listen to it all. Oh yeah, I always consider things, because just because somebody crazy don't mean they crazy about everything. Don't mean they, just talking out the side, just talking crazy. People should listen, at the end of the day. I know some people will call me crazy for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's just like that. If he presented himself like this dictator, and everyone's willing to kiss the ring or bow down to him, that wouldn't be democracy and truth and freedom at the end of the day. Because the moment that you don't do what he wants, what? And I keep saying that, like a broken record, because that's very important. And then on the flip side, with the Democrats, it's like, okay, so what we may have to deal with, what we're dealing with, and what do you have? What are your plans? These are good debate questions as well. Would they still be able to have a debate? When is his sentencing? July the 11th. That's when he's supposed to be sentenced. So he can still maybe do the debate, or can someone running for the office of president still be able to run for president with felonies? Like, we don't know that part, but we would like to know that part. My mind, I'm just thinking about a lot of things right now. But no one is above the law, and that's what people have to understand. And an example was set today. No matter who you are in this world, we do have a law to abide by, and we have to, abide by it. And just be accountable for what you do. Um, it's just not too much to say. Um, mm-mm. There's not too much to say with it, but mm-mm. Yeah, just let that be a lesson. Most definitely, no one is above the law, no matter who they are. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Democrat, black, brown, white, brown, Indian, whatever, Asian, Mexican. It does not matter. No one is above the law, and that's what was really presented today at its best. That's what it was all about. So, mm, mm, mm. That is whoa. Mm. There's other stuff going on that's going to come out. I just feel it. I don't know. I just feel like other stuff is going to come out, most definitely. And wow, I don't have the words. I shouldn't even turned on this camera. Mm, 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 mm. It is so good. I'm trying to stop drinking. Oh, I shouldn't have told nobody my business. I might as well go and get something to drink. Honey. This is so good. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I just don't have the words right now. Mm, mm, mm. Hmm. Mm, mm, mm. That is crazy. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. I don't know if I'll post this. I don't know what's going on. I'm so speechless right now. Mm. I'm gonna have to get off of here. I'm so speechless. I don't know what to say. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Mm, mm, mm. Something not right. Something is not right. I will most definitely be back. Just because I may do this over. For some reason, I just didn't feel like talking about this subject. But I just had to come on to say that when when the law, when the Constitution is in place, it will hold all people in charge, any official in charge of leading people the right way and keeping their oath of office at the end of the day. And that's the only way for all to be free. I know it's going to be some, Trump lovers that feel like this is just injustice, this is an outrage, and, X, Y, and Z. But when he goes and promotes racism and hate and everything, it's supposed to be, how do you think people that's a different race feel that's in this country as well? Because if people went on a spree calling out certain races, I'm sure any race would feel that way. So you don't understand when it's, when it happens to you. It's just okay when it happens to others. And that's what has to stop. And that's why people need to take the political party off, the race off, and deal with the issue that we're really facing. Because that's the only way we're really gonna have a nation. If that's not valued, then at the end of the day, it's going to be like a war within our own country, our own land. Yeah, and that would be absolutely stupid and ignorant to live in the best country in the world, but just because someone is a different color or a different political party, it's a problem. That's the problem. So once that is situated, which is moving towards being situated, I think things will be better. Um, it's just like I say, people over us have to make sure that all in this land is protected. have to make sure all in this land are held accountable for their wrongdoing. That's it's just as simple as that at the end of the day. And so I've been on here for 20 minutes talking about not too much of anything, not really feeling it right now. It's just, I feel so like something is, I don't know. It's a feeling that I really can't explain. I don't know. And I was so unprepared or whatever. I was like, let me just cut this on. Because, I'll always want to see your reaction and so many things. And I just, I just wouldn't too much worry about anything that, I mean, why would you worry about me? You shouldn't be worried about me. Like, you can go on with your life. Like, just pray and know no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It may form, but it won't prosper at the end of the day. That's what I'll leave you with. Um, what else? Yeah, that's what I'll leave you with. I really just don't have anything to say. It's like, it's really not a big shocker to me. Um, he's just being accountable for, held accountable for what he did wrong. Yeah. Like all people in this nation, it happens to all people in this nation when they do wrong. It's just, in his case, he thought that he was untouchable. He thought he was above the law and he got shot down. So it's no different than any other case. No, it's just that he's a former president and he thought that he wouldn't be held accountable. It's just nothing else to say. It's just nothing else to say. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel so off. I feel so off I don't know what it is. Maybe I do need a drink. Yeah. Maybe I should get a drink. I just feel weird.